Everyone to HFN. Today's October 22nd, 2019, and I'm going to show you a video about unusual option activity for Biogen stock. This was a particular stock that we saw some interest of lower prices, and just goes to show you that every forecast that you anticipate in the stock market doesn't always go according to plan. And just to show you that we do get it wrong, I'm going to show you an example of that occurring for us today with Biogen stock. Okay, I want you to listen to maybe what caused this particular stock to see higher prices rather than that continuation to move lower. Okay, so let's take a listen from CNBC, and then we'll talk about the price chart momentarily. So let's take a listen.
2nd of October, we did see a lot of unusual activity. We saw it at the 220 strike, 220. And as Bryn just said, it nearly hit 320 today. It did, in fact, in the pre-market, go through 322. So those calls were at one point $102 in the money. And they were paying just $2 for them at the beginning of October. They also bought November 250s and November 270s. So those were prescient purchases, whoever made those, and obviously they reaped the reward of those purchases. Now, where it is right now, I agree with the panel's assessment. You got to wait for stuff to move further along, and we're not seeing a lot of either upside speculation. We're mainly seeing today's activity, mainly selling premium, out of the money premium. They sold those 300 calls, I think. They got as high as $22 on the opening. They sold them all the way down to $1 just recently, and I think they're probably between $1 and $1.50 right now. So that's an awful lot of selling pressure, saying they don't really think it goes a lot over 300 again for a while.
Were you running with this one, Doc, too?
We had small position on here. I wish I could say I had a big position in this one, Judge, but it's just Biogen's been both a heartbreaker, and generally these kinds of bets have been much more prescient to the downside. The buyers of puts have been much more accurate than the buyers of calls, but this time I didn't put enough money on the winning horse, Judge.
Yeah.
I wish I would have.
So like he just stated, the market participants who were looking for Biogen to move lower, in options terminology, that is called puts. Okay, when you hear puts, they're expecting the market to move lower. And he said that they was pretty accurate of late in Biogen stock of it moving lower. Today, with the calls, in options terminology, a call means that a market participant is looking for a stock to move higher. And they bought it at a very cheap price around that $220 area. So let me show you all that on this chart. Okay, so right here is where the market participants who was looking for Biogen to move higher, they bought it right there at that $220 price. And you can see for multiple weeks that, let me move it over to a weekly chart. You can see right here for multiple weeks that Biogen stock was hugging and holding support at 220. Okay. And we were expecting the market in Biogen to move to the downside, and today it definitely went against our original forecast. I just wanted to pinpoint and show you that it went against our forecast, and I think it got a lot of people off guard with this massive spike up there to the upside to hit that $320 price, because resistance was around 240, and that's where we originally had our resistance area at in the market for Biogen. So just to show you all that everyone does not get it right every time. This is just one situation that we did not get it right in Biogen stock. But always remember that the price chart is never wrong. It is just the interpretation of the one who is looking at the chart that reads it incorrectly. Make sure y'all maintain your profitability, and I will see you all on the next one.